Hey everyone, it is time for VG top decks, and this week, I guarantee you, it's gonna be fast, right? I say that every week, but this week is gonna be the different one. There's not that many decks this week, simply because like Japan, there's hugely lower amounts of decks from Japan, probably just due to the fact that it's the last week of the set, right? Set 3 is out tomorrow, and you know, just overall maybe fatigue, people just, you know, drama, things like that. So yeah, there's just a lower amount. COVID, right? COVID is what I said it. Maybe I get demonetized now, but yeah, there's a big decrease in the number of decks. So that means we're going to go through it quickly, mostly just like VG top decks stuff, which will be interesting to read. I really like seeing all the different metas around the world. Remember, these are local results. These are not the big tournament results. But you know, some people do their leagues and things like that. I like to see what's happening in New York. I like to see what's happening in Peru, you know, Europe, what's happening there as well. You're just finding ideas. I mean, there's a big thing to come out with this. Is like, you know, you look at these decks, you go, okay, there's some interesting ideas, or maybe it's all the same. Maybe that's like the big trend that's kind of going on. And then you can try it out and go, okay, I like this. Just give you some good ideas and just to see what's been going on around the world, right? Connect the world. So yeah, that's kind of it. We will start off again, like always, just with the main decks, and it's going to be like the Catgirl decks, or the Lyrical Monasterio decks, and then after that will be like V and P. There's actually quite a lot of V decks, right? A lot of people picking up V Premium, and there's just some, I guess there's some decent tournaments going on there as well, so it's good to see that kind of picking up when people are going, it's a bit boring right now, you know, new sets coming up, there's not really much point playing this format because it's just going to change next week. I can go play V, I can go try out Premium, and you know, Premium balances next week too, so big time. So yeah, that's kind of the intro for today. It's a bit longer. If you do want to check out some set 3 preliminary decks, I did post them yesterday, and I posted the Zorga follow-up one today because I kind of, you know, card gamers and reading. Yeah, so go check that one out. And again, if you did put in hashtag VG top decks in your Twitter post, it is at the end of each section. So at the end of all the Nirvana sections, you are at the end, and I'll kind of read out your comments and all that. So that's kind of it. So first off, we're starting off with Dragon Empire. We have Nirvana. And yeah, this one actually is kind of not just a standard Nirvana list. Again, remember that this guy's running like 8 crits or 7 crits, you know, 4 fronts. If you wanted to pump up your crits to 11 in the next set because you're getting that 3rd place, that you can't. Remember, there's that restriction list now that's coming into effect tomorrow. So I think if you're going this kind of lineup, this trigger lineup, this is what you're going to be playing for the next set as well. Right? Just a reminder. Again, like, saying this Nirvana deck is not the standard ones we've been seeing a lot of, because he's running 1 Virene, he's running 1 Damari. These cards are usually cut off, and then he's also running Run Horn of Blessing, which we don't normally see as well in these Nirvana decks. So it's kind of interesting to see him run that. He's had to cut off some Tricksters. It looks like he's only running, is it 3? No, he's got 4 Trickster. So this is still not standard as well. Trickster the starter was phased out a long time ago, but now, you know, because you're adding so many of these niche stuff, and you want that Trickster early, you're sacrificing that first draw, which is kind of, it's a bit insane. I don't know, it's a bit crazy, especially since he's not running any draw triggers. He's just running a lot of these, so he's banking on like just drawing the arcs, you know, getting that draw going on. So yeah, okay, pretty interesting list. Not as standard as you think it is from Japan. Next we have is not Trickster, but we've got Trickster starters. Is this like a trend coming back? This is from the Derek Dow, you know, this is the Good Games Morley tournament, so this is already, you know, in the English metagame. This is Brendan Atkinson's deck, very bling, very high rarity, but yeah, he's got the Trickster as the starter, and then he's got a few more, it's just so hard. He's got 2 Damaris, that's not standard, but they're SPs, so yeah, it's, is that life 1 Virene, this is similar to that previous deck that we just saw, except he's running 1 more Damari, 1 more Togashi Rush, I guess like a few more Runas as well. So yeah, pretty good, came 1st place, good job. 2nd place was Bruce by Derek Dow piloting this. Quite unfortunate, you know, didn't come 1st. That's just, man, that's just what happens, you know, when you don't take when you don't take D seriously. This is his deck that you guys can all net deck, right? Because he is a Bruce fan. I mean, I love Bruce, but he loves Bruce way more than I do. Interesting things like, you know, two Dobas and 2 Acrobats. It's okay, it's cool. And then we've still got that standard rainbow kind of build. He's playing with 3 Eden, so that's cool. And then 3rd place we've got Fraser D-Love with Seraph Snow. Seraph Snow, I think it's showing quite decent results in a global metagame, even without the PR. So yeah, he's decided to run the order, the defensive order, which is great. I like that order. And he's running a few more other cards that I don't really agree with, but they're not the exact standard stuff. He's running I think this is the card that kills the thing in prison, executes the card in prison, right? And this is just the power pump. So yeah, overall pretty good, pretty decent. Next we have is the New York card fight. Friday's winner at Toy Wiz in Nanuet was John S with Nirvana. So yeah, good stuff. You know, we got the Nirvanas again. Again, the Damaris. I think the West really likes the Damaris. I mean, we saw this Damari stuff in Japan as well. We saw it today. That one deck that we got from Japan. But remember, like, Damari was cool like ages ago, and then kind of got phased out. So yeah, it's kind of that kind of bit of meta thing going on. But yeah, otherwise, you know, the three, I think we kind of saw this kind of in the previous decks as well. Kind of similar. You know, when you're running these Damaris, and is he running that like one-off Valiente? I don't think he is. Yeah, he's not running the one-off Valiente. That means he's able to put in some a Dragon Egg for the starter instead compared to the others. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Second place was Kai Y with Bastion, and third was Thomas N with Baromagnes. Right, so that was the top three. Next we have is New York Card Fight again. Sunday's winner at we're already moving on to Overlord, which is crazy. So yeah, Sunday's winner at Card Quest Inc. in Queens was Andrew G with Overlord. It's only his second tournament and he's already making his name known. So good job, man. You know, new players, new blood. They are the most important part of card games. We want those new players joining the game and staying in the game. So be sure to you know, like treat them with respect, treat them well, so they stay around. And this is like the lifeblood of the game, right? So he was playing Overlord. Really good deck, especially for beginners as well. Very straightforward. And also pretty easy to build, I think, right? I remember checking this out and this deck was like so cheap. So if you want like a Dragon Empire deck, this is where you want to be. All right, this is where you want to be. So yeah, cool. 4 Tenchestead, and you know, just the crit front lineup, which is working well, and just 2 Tachikaze strikes. So yeah, really good aggressive 15k. And second place was Jose P, I think, with Bastion. Third was Gris and Dali with Bastion, and fourth I think was Shark with Bastion. So many Bastions. He's basically beaten every single Bastion, all the Bastions out there. So good stuff. Next we got a Japan list of Overlord, and this is just pretty standard. You know, I think a lot of the Overlords are favoring the aggressive lineup now, where they're running just like the 15k beta. I think this guy's running, is this Reno? This looks like Reno, you know, just 10k beta early game to kind of aggress and push damage. And then lastly, this is also a Japanese one. So unfortunately for the Overlords, it was swapped around, right? The English was going first. But yeah, this is the last Overlord list from Japan, and yeah, this is just the kind of pretty standard. Is he got the 15k beaters? I don't think he is running the 15k defensive orders, so he's running a way more bulk in this build with 3 Tenchestead. So yeah, that's just a bit of a difference. It's nice to see. He's also running more Takashi Rashi, so you can kind of spam the hell out of Nahal. Yeah, that's kind of just all the lists today for Dragon Empire. Moving on, we have the Metadog Bruce decks, right? Yeah, we've seen a lot of these going on, and I think we're gonna see a lot of them moving forward. I do think the trigger lineup does indirectly buff Bruce slightly, because you just can't crit them out of the game. And I feel like Bruce just again gets another great card, great options going into the next game, and basically fixes the problem where sometimes it's harder for Bruce players to manage their resources. Now some of their resources don't matter with like Pandemonium tactics. The next set, I think we're gonna expect a lot from Bruce. This is pretty much the standard list that we've been seeing the entirety of standard in just overall the last X months. The only change has been the Eden increase, because a lot of people playing more aggressive early games, and now you need that more Edens to kind of punish that, right? To control that early game. So we're just seeing Eden counts keep on going up. Before they were at 0, now they're at like 3 and 4, right? Our next list here from Japan, again, heavy Eden counts. Trigger lineups again, still not being greedy anymore. Running more, still has draws, but you know, they're running crits again, so that's kind of going back to normal. Here, another should be pretty standard. Yeah, pretty standard. This is a heal crit front lineup. So no draws in this lineup. Going for the bulk in the trigger count, and then again like the Edens to control all that. So yeah, that's still good. And then I think this should be the last. Is it the last Japanese list? Right. Again, 4 Edens. Just that count keeps on going up, and just running rainbow triggers. This guy's only running 1 Doba, which is interesting. 1 Doba. He's running Gungaram. So this is actually not as standard as you think. A lot of people have just cut the Gungaram. This is 2 Dobas. It's 2 Dobas, but they're running like more Hell Dives. And yeah, things like that, right? Gungaram was just normally just been entirely cut from the deck. And then we got the Brunei boys, right? So first place, we got Hafiz with Bruce. Again, Bruce. He's playing the rainbow lineup as well. Two Marjories, right? Two Marjories. It's still sometimes seen quite a bit just to get that spicy Vanguard line, and with 3 Hell Types. Second place, we've got Azar with Stoikea. This is Magnolia deck. Magnolia has really dropped off quite heavily, simply because, you know, Seraph Snow has got that PR and just has a great matchup now. Always has a really good matchup, and against like Leonard, you know, still a good matchup. Leonard has a good matchup against this entire deck, so yeah, still quite feeling kind of bad. But you know, this list, we've just been seeing the Kuchi Urgula combo. It'll be interesting to see where this progresses into the next set. They got this new, I think there's a Pixie, right? This new PR kind of stops columns from, is it columns? Yeah, it stops, I think, columns from being chosen by effect, so it can really shut down some Seraph Snow if you play correctly, but you can't have a full field. I think you have to have like, I think it's like 4 units on the field. So I think it's like a yeah, you have to put them on the backer or something like that, or yeah, one of those. No, you make like an L shape, something, right? But yeah, it basically stops your, the gist of it, stops your cards from being chosen. That's kind of one of the outs that, you know, they're kind of using to stop losing field, I guess. And then the third place, we've got Arm with Clarissa. We've seen this deck quite often. It is getting nerfed, actually, because you can't run 11 crit anymore. I think you probably run fronts, I guess. Fronts or draws, but I think fronts, because you can just go with the bulk, right? And the deck just already draws so many things. And with the flex slot, he has a 15k shield and a 30k, 2 30k shields. And then fourth, you've got Arith with Dragon Empire, and this is overdress. So again, these Nirvana lists. Again, the Damari's coming back here. We're seeing it. And yeah, Damari, Tagashi, Rashi, Aruna, yeah, that's the list. No Virina or anything like that. But yeah, able to just, well, I think it's using this Trickster as the starter as well. So yeah, it's the trend. It's a trend, right? It's a trend. So good stuff. Good stuff. Thanks for posting it all like this. It makes it all easy. And then lastly of the Bruces, we've got Sebastian Arias. Vanguard shop tourney today, went undefeated and took second with my tiebreakers. And he was playing Bruce as well. This one's running a 3 even build. And you know, 4 acrobats. It's kind of interesting. And is it no dobers? No dobers. I think you need the dobers, man. Dobers are really good. You know, makes your lines really strong. So yeah, pretty good. I guess the acrobat just kind of overcharges, so you don't have to worry about the soul. So that's kind of nice too. Moving on with barrows, right? Barrows. This is a Japanese barrow list. I think a lot of barrows usually end up looking the same right now, and I don't think there's going to be that many changes. I think people say run Pandemonium Tactics. I guess that's pretty good, right? Pretty good. It does cost a CB though, but you know, Supernatural Extraction does cost a CB too. You can run like 4 and then just maybe cut the Brother's Soul, and then your deck can kind of, you can put more cards in, I guess that could be pretty good, because right now, like, if you want to put in like the Greedon grade 1, it's really lacking space if you're running this entire lineup, because you're not changing these, right? You're not changing these. Technically the Greedon grade 1 doesn't really soul charge, so it doesn't really give you any turbo soul charge. But if you're running like Pandemonium Tactics, you can maybe cut this line out, and then, you know, stuff like 1 or 2 of those in. So maybe that will work. But then you lack like the Supernatural Extraction to like grab it from your soul, play it down. So there's kind of that trade-off too. Yeah, it's a bit harder to input than you'd think. And this is running like a, you know, 6 draws. This is, I guess it's pretty. I've seen two trains of thought, right? Like heavy draw is just normal draw. You do need pieces, right, to soul charge to servo. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And then the last barrier list today, I think it's just pretty much the same as the one yesterday, except he's running like what, 1 Gungram and 1 of the Freeze Breeze. Right, Freeze Breeze. He's running less draw triggers as well. So yeah, all right, good stuff with the barriers. Next we have Bastions, right? Bastions. This is the deck that doesn't change. Next set, people have been talking about how good Ragdoll is. Some people saying no. I think we'll see. It'll be interesting to see. But if Ragdoll's not good, then I don't think this deck is going to change, to be honest. This deck is just really good as is, right? You know, running the Painkiller to counter Leonard's, running Rafalsos to not counter Leonard's, but you know, it hits big, so that's nice. No Dark Strain, so don't worry about Soul. But yeah, that's kind of it. Next here, another Bastion list. You know, Painkillers popular. Rafalsos see more popularity. I remember in the beginning it was just endless, no new cards, but now they're putting at least 2 in. At least putting 2 in, so yeah, I guess it's okay. And then here is this just I think it's just oldies, right? Oldies for the win. Basically no changes at all from set 1. Probably no changes set 2 as well, right? Except for that order. I always talk about it. Hey, New York card fight, right? Thursday's winner at next level in Brooklyn was Shark, right? Shark again, all right. At limited knowledge, and his Bastion deck. Shark is back at it. And then the quote is, as I said before, Bastion best deck, hashtag too good. Too good. So yeah, I guess this is just his signature list now, right? I've seen him run like, I think all his lists, he's running like 1 Prideful and 1 Rafalsos, right? So go check him out at Limited Knowledge, without the E, looks like. And yeah, it's on Twitch and YouTube as well. So he's been just playing this Bastion deck all the time. So consistency, right? Consistency is good. And next we've got Chaz Monroe, brackets the band, right? Hashtag VG top decks, generic Bastion list, but victory is a victory. 10-person locals, 3 rounds, went 3-0 for first place. Went first round was Brew, second was Orfist, and third was Bastion mirror match. Representing my team Rainbow Reverse. Check us out on YouTube. Much love, Chaz Monroe. Good job, man. Good job. Congrats. And yeah, it is a generic Bastion list. I mean, why change what works, right? If it works, it's good. It's good. Good job, man. And then next we have just a vision. They want to tell us about the what happened at their VRF tournament. Congratulations to the winner of our remote fight tournament for Standard. Make sure to follow our socials for news and updates of future events and our content. And the deck list will go up later this week. That was 4 days ago, so I think we might be waiting for the list. Just let me check Twitter, right? Yeah. So let me in the comments. Looks like nothing there. So first place was Hex Orb. Great deck, gonna get better next set as well. Nirvana was second. Bastion. Living Proof playing Bastion. Is this right? Let's look right. Should be a Bruce, right? 5th was Magnolia. 6th was Bastion. 7th was Bruce, and 8th was Bruce. Okay, all right, cool. So good job, boys. Good job. Okay, so we have 1 Magnolia list this week. This was submitted by Jachidos from France, right? Small remote tournament in French Discord. And yeah, so we're playing this interesting Magnolia deck, just the Ursula Kuchi combo. Right, good stuff. Running 4 Gunacera, pretty interesting. I did put some comments here. Most important thing about this deck is the mulligan. Send any trigger PG or Persona back. If you can't attack early, it's not needed. Okay. Should we notice that the over trigger were my opponents? I only got it twice in hand to guard and once as my first damage in 1 game. Okay, alright, nice, interesting. But running, you threw back the Persona, right? Really? I thought you wanted to keep it. But I guess if he's just rushing, I guess, he's got Alania, so yeah, the rush is there, but never 4 Gunacera, that's quite a lot. That's interesting, right? Pretty interesting to see. Good job. Nice to see some of the French tournaments, right? French tournament results. That's good stuff. Next we have a Zorga list from Japan, and yeah, Zorga. Is he running draws? No. Okay, yeah, that's good. It's got Nectar, so many regurgitations, right? That's interesting. 4 spiritual, 4 grief. Okay, all right, that's kind of interesting. 4 grief, but you know, otherwise it's all right. Cool. Next we got Prisons, right? Prison is one of the meta decks right now, and you know, ever since this PR, these decks have just been looking the same, right? Literally the same. Just there's no really much way to build it. Yeah, very standard. I think the biggest change next set will that people be running DSRs. I think that's the biggest change, right? Again, here, pretty much standard. You know, you can run orders, you can do a bit of everything, but I don't think you can ever build this wrong now, right? Because what? Your grade 2s are all complete, right? You just run 12 of these grade 2s, and then you can run some bug motors, some Chevel Studs, bam. Fill in the rest of your stock with whatever you like, which is usually this order. Yeah, so all right, he's running 2 draws. I've seen like these lists, right? They've been changing their 3 front slots. They've been going like 3 fronts, or maybe they run like 2 draws in a front, or like 2 fronts in a draw, or something like that. It's kind of interesting. To see. There's a Hibiki there as well. No, Vernie, that's right. Yeah, nice. Here we have is New York Card Fight. A Saturday tournament at Silk Road Gaming in Manhattan was Jason Y with Snow. All right, good. Even without Macalite, it seems Snow is not to be underestimated. That is right. Like even without Macalite, actually, you know, in the early tournaments in the meta, right, the format, I think like Seraph Snow was still considered to be one of the stronger decks, and it kind of dropped off a bit. And that's why kind of Nirvana came out again. But then after they got Macalite, bam, right? This list has just been easy mode, right? Topping. Insane. Yeah, you know, this is where you you can just replace the mech lights with a hand order, and a booster, or anything like that. Anything just works, right? Just works. And then last we got Fortune. 1 Nectar cards online standard casual for 2nd week in a row with Prison. It was the exact same deck list as last week. So for this week's pick, I got help from Titanium. So please enjoy this beautiful deck list. It is that guy, right? I'm pretty sure it's that guy. What does this say? Does this say anything? Is this like a mace? Right? It goes Digimon the movie. There's no, at least this part is kind of a pattern, right? I think you screwed up here. This is a pattern. If normally they're trying to trigger the OCDs, right? This is definitely not a pattern, but yeah, is this like a mace? Or like, you know, it's like a fist bump, and this is like the arm. I don't know. It seems. At least he provided a standard list. Look at this. This is just a normal list. But I think like even if we don't even need to look at the deck list, I think we know what the deck list is, to be honest. Right, it's just it's a good old prison deck. Yeah. Next we have Orfist. Right, Orfist. Japan Orfist is coming back. All right, this deck seems pretty interesting. Next set against the Restander. But you know, now we've got, this is the World Search and some defensive cards. Baromagnes still representing. 3 of this Eclipsing Moonlight. Well, good stuff. Next is more. What's this guy's running 4? So I guess you hard mull for a 2, and then your Cardinal Surges for the retire. Yeah, it's weird. Normally people don't run that many. All right, nice. And then next we have is Ian Vasquez. All right, locals D Sunday at the Monkey Planet in Lima, Peru. Good stuff. First was Diego Arms 2 with at Diego Arms 2. This is Diego Gutierrez. Sorry if I said that wrong. He's playing Orfist. Oh, he's got the 1 tech. So I guess, yeah, the right line searches of this. And then start retiring, boys. Start retiring. Just draw into these and retire. He's running Istelate. Alright, it's cool. I was running 2 Alvidad, I guess. It's interesting. And then second was Angel Enrique 10. At Angel Enrique 10. And the name is Angel Tina. And he was running Orfist as well, so it's like a double Orfist combo. Right? Double Orfist. 4 Alvidads, you know, two of this. Yeah, okay, so kind of basically the rest of the deck is kind of similar, I guess. And then you just the order changes, guys. 3 Istellates. I think with, like, if you're running Istelate, you can run a bit more of the Eclipsing Moonlight, right? Just to get like extra free cards. But otherwise, yeah, pretty good. And then lastly, we've got New York Card Fight again. Yesterday's winner at the Fordham Comics in the Bronx was Ace with Orfist. And yeah, the comments, I like Vanguard, that's it, yeah. Don't need to say any more, right? Very simple comment, and everyone understands it. Everyone likes this comment. Everyone liked that, right? That's the thing. Yeah, and he's got two more Cardinoids. 2 more grade 2 of them. Grade 2 Rhyline, is it? Yeah, he's got the Rhyline there, and 2 of this, just to, I can push up. It hits 15k, it's good. And then the searches for the Eclipsing, yeah, good list. Second place was Jet with Eugene. Fortunately, we didn't see any Eugene today, but you know, Eugene looking really hot, right? Really hot, pun not intended at next set. Third was Mustafa with Bruce, and then fourth, I think, was Jose with Jose P with Bastion, and Anthony with Bruce. Tied for 4th, right? Interesting. Right, good stuff. And then we got some token lists, right? Token list is actually coming out. Actually, I think this is the guy. This is the Hexa guy because of the mat, right? Because I remember he owns a Hexa Orb and Token. So I think this week he took out Token to bash up his locals. And just, this is just the Persona Ride Token, yeah. So good stuff. At least he has good taste. Right? And then the Monsters, right? We've got some Uriels for you. Uriel, oh no. Is it Uriel? Yeah, it's Uriel. All right, Uriels. Uriels represent, right? Uriel's doing well. And second list here is another Uriels. No, this is not Uriel. This is, I think it's Nostra. No. Is it? What is this? Oh, Pandora. Pandora. Okay, yeah. So, I don't know. Do you guys want Monster Strike in English? I think it'd be pretty good, right? I think it's actually quite a decent meta deck. You always see it top somewhere, so might as well give it a try, right? Moving on, we have yeah, so we got Catgirl, like yeah, there's only 2 of these this week. 2 of these. It's good because all these decks look the same, so it's kind of good to go through them. I think this guy already prepared for the restriction list, right? Because he's running, usually this list runs like 11 crit. This guy's running 3 draw, so he's already prepared. right? I mean, his deck is very holographic. Right, look, it's very bling. Insane. Wow. Okay, it's nice. But yeah, this deck just builds the same the whole time. So there's actually nothing really interesting to talk about. that's the sad thing. That's actually the sad thing about this. It looks nice, but it's not much to talk about. Like, have you seen this deck? You've been seeing this for the last 3 weeks, right? Or more, and you're probably gonna see it more when it gets released in English. It's the same. It's the same. Like, maybe some of the pictures change. The null guard maybe changes, right? But it's the same, right? It's the same, right? It's literally the same. This guy just doesn't have enough money to buy. Actually, he's running one more draw trigger. But yeah, they're getting prepared, right? You know, come on. Is it really the same? I think, yeah. He's not running the Troubadour guy, right? I think he's running this instead of the Troubadour guy. But these both hit 13k, so they're literally the same things, except one of them is an intercept. But I think his one is easier to pull off. Or is it her? No, it has to be a her, right? Yeah, it's literally the same though. Literally the same. We got one Celestial deck, so one wing deck. White wings, right? White wing is the best wing, just saying. They picked the correct wing, so that's good. And then next we have a Willista. We actually have a Willista, and it isn't Chronicle. You know, isn't that crazy? So this is actually a Willista list from Japan. I mean, I haven't seen this in ages. Normally you just see this in everyone's ride line, but she actually gets a deck. It kind of hits big, makes field, but only gets 3 attack. But if you get lucky, yeah, you can win. He's running. I mean, you can do anything. This guy's got. Oh wow, this is like max crit triggers. So this is the last time you'll be able to see this. 15 crit Willista, take it at home, right? Take it at home. The only way that Willista looks like you could win this. Next week, it goes back to 8, mate. It goes back to 8. That's rolling 8 crits, 7 fronts, one's over trigger acid. Yeah. Moving on, we've got Clarissa. We've got a few Clarissas this week, not that many. This basically the Clarissa list all the same as well. Gets nerfed next week. Well, this Friday because it can't run 11 crits. I don't know if it runs. I think it just runs fronts, right? Fronts, yeah. So yeah, the flex slot here is just 3 bounty ladies, and this one is 3 30k shields. And then here the last Clarissa list we have today has two 30k shields, and where's the last one? Where's the last one? That one. What is she doing in? Can't even remember. Can't even remember. Yeah, that's the flex slot. So yeah, cool. This guy's already prepared as well. Look, he's running 3 fronts, dude. 3 fronts. It's nice. That's all the Clarissa routes we actually have. We actually have a few Felty rows. Well, a couple, right? A couple and a few are very different. This Felty Rosa is running fronts and draws. Front draws and crits. So it's only 4 draws. Yeah, nice. Felty Rosa kind of is the ride line. Persona ride, that everything else is a ghost, right? Everything is a ghost. So I think this is just pretty standard Felty Rosa list, I think. And then lastly, last Felty Rosa. I said a couple, right? Couple is like 2 or 3, you know. And this one is pretty much similar to the previous one as well, but this guy is running actually 11 crits. So he's gone balls to the walls. Not running draws. I don't need pieces. I just need to randomly kill you. Yeah, 11 crits. And lastly, we have Astius, right? But this is kind of an interesting one. This is the hybrid list. We've got Kyrie here, but she's running wings. So she's got Alyssa in the ride line to set off, get that odd number into the hopefully you get that odd number. Don't hit a trigger. If you hit the trigger, then you're done, right? You're done. But I think you have to gamble twice because the grade 2 also forces you to refresh. But at least they have the 3 that can kind of make it an odd. Yeah, no, I guess this is kind of interesting, right? You Kyrie, you get the multi attacks, but then you also have the ability to give everything, like all your Rio cons a crit to put that threat on them. So that's kind of interesting. And that actually makes it so this week we actually had every single ride line represented from Lyrical Monasterio. I don't think this has ever happened, right? That one time when Willistia topped, I think like Felty Rosa didn't top. So that's always been like, you know, Felty Rosa down there, Willista down there as well, you know, both kind of low tiers, nothing ever meeting with each other. So yeah, but this week we got everything. Everything happened, right? That's kind of it. Moving on to V, right? V. Let's look at some United Sanctuary decks. So this is a Japan list, right? We got some Luardos, right? Luard is really strong, right? And if you look at it, he's running 4 Heal Guardians, but I can guarantee you not everyone runs 4 Heal Guardians. Running the Ruta for the multi-attack, but apart from that, the rest of the list is just the same. It's literally the same. It works. Why change what works, right? Next, next list we have is another Luard list again. Nice quality, nice quality. Running the bats for the multi-attack. This guy's not even running Heal Guardians. Because, like, here's the thing, right? 20k shield is actually good, right? People are going to be sniping you to get into 20k shield. 20k shielding is a new magic number. Because, you know, people are running Heal Guardians because they're really good, right? They're really good. But, you know, if you still run all heals, that is not a magic number. That's good. And in a deck like Luard, where you are very aggressive, you can be aggressive. They give you lots of CB. You use that CB and beat them back, right? You dictate the pace of the game. So you don't really need that Heal Guardians. The only time you'll need it is when your opponent is like super herped and just bashes you like crazy. It's kind of like a mental game, right? They go, if he has a Heal Guardians, I lose, but if he doesn't, I don't care, right? I'll just bash him. And if he does have a Heal Guardian, then who cares? I'm running 11 crit or something like that. So I guess, you know, it's got that mind games going on. And then, you know, as a Luard, you have that option where you go, yeah, I don't care about Heal Guardians. I just want that 20k shield. Right? I think that's a legit choice. It's a legit choice. Next, we have Elkin DHCC in the 10th Anniversary Cup in Singapore. Top 8 Luard deck list. Went undefeated, right? But won undefeated in Swiss, but lost to his teammate in, I think, top 8, it looks like. And he was playing Luard as well. He's running like a split between 2 Heal Guardians and 2 20k shields. That's pretty interesting. Again, you have that choice, and that's what's really, really strong about Luard as well. You have a lot of choices. You can do a lot of things, and you know, running the Apocalypse Bat as your multi-attack finisher, right? It's one of the choices. Just the flexibility this deck gives. So good job on coming in top 8, man, with this. Next we have is Mervin, right? No 10th Anniversary Singapore Tournament tops, but I managed to get 2 local tops at AGC V Premium 20 and Caesar Cards V Premium 20. With V Luard. So he's gone to V Luard, right? 1 Tachikaze and 1 Cronus Command. Congrats, mark it down. You know, it's farming that. Look at all these congrats, right? You know, lots of pats on the back, you know. But again, Luard working great. Looks like he went with 4 Heal Guardians, so alright, that's cool. And yeah, the rest of the deck is pretty similar to just everything else, right? So good job. And yeah, this is the Caesar card tournament as well. We've seen this list, but second place was Gavriel. I think, doesn't he own? He owns Caesar cards, right? Yeah, they got Gavriel with a Highlander Prism build. So this is kind of interesting. So we got the Prism deck, right? And he's not running, again, Prism is also one of those decks that don't need Heal Guardians because it kind of dictates the pace of the game. It can play early, you give it damage, it'll hit harder, right? It'll hit harder. So you don't need that Heal Guardian. But yeah, he's got your average Prism deck, but then in the top line of, I guess he's cut down 1 Lieselot? Okay. So 1 Lieselot, but then he's added like 3 Courtiers, you know, to kind of, I guess, well, it's cut down a lot of things, eh? Right? Got a one slot for everything to use Courtiers and get massive advantage, I guess. You know, play 2 down, bounce them back up next turn, keep on using that. And then you got Lupina and yeah, Ange. Right, so pretty interesting. I think we've seen this in Hong Kong as well. So that's kind of nice to see the metas going everywhere. And there's a comment here saying, Gav, why you expose the best deck? Next we have is a Japan deck list. This is Fortuna, right? Fortuna running that, slamming that 12 crit, right? No over triggers in this format, 4 heals, 12 crit, 4 heals. And with a bunch of new stuff, right? You see 4 of each of the new cards. And then I guess the rest is some, yeah, we've got booster, 13 hitter. Yeah, interesting. Just straight up Fortuna. Nothing else. Where's the Norn? Where's the Yggdrasil? None of that. So I guess, you know, this guy just goes Fortuna, top decks check, knows what's happening, you know, soul charge like crazy with, you know, Kroot, and just like soul blast a lot just to see what's going on, right? So okay, it's interesting to see this kind of list. I thought, like, you know, Fortuna is a great support card, but he's just playing as a main card. So nice. And then last we've got Card Nation from the United Sanctuary Clan. First place was the champion, like Angel Feather, right? So got Hamiel back again with Heal Guardians. People have been saying, you know, maybe Hamiel's gone, but now you guys forget. Gavriel doesn't have to play a one-shot game. It has Hamiel to try and one-shot you, but you can still play normally. They can still play the grind game. It's not like they don't get cards, right? They do actually get cards, right? Gavriel's just an amazing card. They just also get a lot of crits as well. So champion was the Angel Feather deck. Second was Genesis. This is Astral Poet. Very, very high rarity Astral Poet. I think this is Is this better? Right? Is it? Yeah, but all right, good stuff, good stuff. And then third place we got Granblue. All right, Granblue, doing the thing. Does it run Heal Guardians? I think it does, right? Yeah, 4 Heal Guardians. Yeah, apart from that, yeah, pretty good deck. All right, Night Rose still reigns supreme. Good stuff, good stuff. Next we have is Dragon Empire. Firstly, we start with Ian Vasquez again. Locals on Saturday in Peru. You know, first was Junkie Man, which is Ian playing the Vanquishers. Everyone bringing out their Vanquishers again, and want to play V. I think just Vanquisher, like, it was a weird time where people thought it was really good, right? And it was decent, but everything in that set, right, in that Divine Lightness was even better. It's even better. Yeah, but we see the books come back. Now, that was the interesting. I think this was pretty interesting innovation in the second set of Vanquisher. I think it's really fun. So good stuff. And second was Dega, Daniel Vieira, playing Pale Moon. Silverthorn? Really, Silverthorn? Seems interesting. Seems interesting. Got Venus, right? Venus, 2 of the OG Liquid. So yeah, pretty cool. Silverthorns. Not what I expected, to be honest. Not what I expected. Everyone's playing a lot of Nightmare Dolls. Nightmare Dolls. Sometimes they play the Harry, but I think right now the thing is Nightmare Dolls, right? So yeah, interesting to see the Silverthorn come back. It's gonna get better, right? Reverse is coming out next year. Next is Nick Jag, got first place in Orange Hobbies and Games V Premium remote fight with Vanquisher. So yeah, good stuff. Vanquisher again, right? The Vanquisher boys are at it, right? Vanquisher just coming out. People want to play. People want to play with the new stuff. Right? I think is a new. Got Heal Guardians, right? I think that's the new stuff. So playing with some of the new stuff, mostly the old stuff. So good job coming in first, man. Next we have is Nick Jack again. Got first place with Vanquisher in PTCV Premium Remote. Pretty much I think it's the same deck, right? It's literally the same deck. So feels great to be able to play my favorite deck in tournament again after a couple of years. Heal Guardians really helped the deck survivability in the others. That is true. That is a big true. Right, this is slightly weak in the early game. Heal Guardian solved it. Really nice. So yeah, good job, man. Good job topping twice with just the same deck, dude. Look how high rarity is. It's insane. And then lastly, we got here he is again. Kurodeko 10th anniversary VGV standard tournament deck used Speedo Gaia. So did pretty well, right? 4-1 in Swiss, and then top 8 lost to Bluish Flames. Sag. Last minute joined just for free prizes. Top 8 below in. So actually the top 8 was 2 Spider Gaia, 1 Bluish Flames, 1 Fortuna, 1 Luard, 1 Highlander, 1 Prison, and 1 Cloud. So actually pretty diverse. And then also 4 Excel 4-4s. Excel's doing well in Heal Guardians existing. Yeah, I think he's posted this list before. Has there been any real changes to it? And he really likes his deck, he really likes his deck. So yeah, pretty cool. All right, good job, man. Good job. Next we got some Gear Chronicle, right? Gear Chronicle. I think this is kind of interesting. I don't totally agree with this list. I think you can cut like 1 Chroma Scan. I never see in a game where you want to use 2. Right, so 1 Chroma Scan for like a 1-time leap drive. I think it's pretty good. But he's got like 2 Calamum, 4 Nabu, 4 Sting. Yeah, the rest of the deck just seems pretty good. Right, just a bunch of good stuff. Only 2 Tigers is actually kind of interesting. I guess he's putting in some extra spot in the top end. Right, so yeah, pretty interesting. I'm running. He's got like 3. It's got a split of Sentinels here, so like 9 crit. Right, so. Yeah, the Heal Guardians are really good for Gear Chronicle, to be honest. Just living through the early game, it might have been hard before. Now, not so much. And then last Dark Zone deck, we have Ogre Depok V Premium Tournament. Using this because want a meme, but actually Gabriel on steroid, lol. Whelp only 4 player though, but testing a lot after the tournament end. Okay, so not that many people play it. It's fine. He won against Night Rhythm Side in casual game best of 3s. He 2-0'd Chaos, 2-0 Dudley, and 2-0 Rose. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good record, and this is just supposedly a meme list, but it is Turbo Mystery Flare. It feels like a premium deck, right? It feels like a bit of a premium because it's got the 0, he's got the 0 PR. Definitely way more threatening than you'd think. Guys, definitely way more scary than you randomly think. So good job, man. Good job. Interesting deck. Next we got Mr. Tanks, Nectar Cards Weekly V Premium Casuals, second place. Guess my starter. I can't even see a starter, bro. I can't even see a starter, man. Did you just like Are you running like a crit trigger for your start or something? Man, did you forget it? I can't see it. Alright, so 1 Sweet Berry, 2 Timber because didn't have access to other things for the lockdown. Man, maybe your start. Okay, maybe your start is one of these Cecilias. Just go. This is my starter or whatever. Lady and the Tramp, man. Old movie, pretty old. Is it Disney? I hope they don't remake this one. I hope Disney doesn't remake it. I don't know. I haven't been a huge fan of their remakes, so yeah. I don't know how they'll make it, right? Maybe they'll just turn the dogs into humans. It's edgy. It's edgy. Yeah. All right. Cool. And then in Megalonica Land, we have Marcel Co. 10th anniversary tournament by Asobi overall second. All right, so this is the second, and we got Thavis. Yeah, we see him do pretty well with this. Pursuit Assault, really such a strong card. I think every time we've seen this list pop up, this Marcel playing Aqua Force, there's always a comment, right? When it's always about Pursuit Assault. So when you want to, like, this guy says when you want Pursuit Assault in the West, but all you get is the 5th printing of titles. So like. I mean, every time I see this, I always say Pursuit Assault. I always mention it, guys. We want Pursuit Assault, man. Make it happen. Next V collection. Next V collection is already super hype. Make the Aqua Force fans happy with Pursuit Assault, guys. Come on. We're missing that so much, right? Yeah. So yeah, good job, man. Good job coming second. It's nice. And then here we have Hymns. This is DHTC Hymns. So 18th September, 10th Anniversary Cup Tournament V Premium Champion. Right, so this is a champion Prism deck list. So this is the guy that beat the other DHTC guy in top 8 to make it to the finals. So yeah, good stuff. It's got there's an Anjay Tura Prism list. So not the Couture one that we kind of saw before, but you know, you still got the Pearl Sisters and all that. So yeah, good stuff. He's got a comment here. It was a fantastic way to round out me and my teammates' competitive spree of tournaments before we take a break for exams. Oh, exams, that's right, they're coming up. Despite not doing very well in Swiss, I managed to bubble into top cut. At top 8, I had to face Akan, and so a team kill was inevitable. I felt really bad taking away his chance of winning, as this was his best performance yet. Really glad that Akan is understanding and supportive, even though he was eliminated. Credits to Akan for practicing till 1 in the morning on the day of the tournament. Yeah, that's good, man. That's what teams are all about. I mean, it does feel bad when you fight against each other and you get a team kill. Happens, but I think the benefits way outweigh the negatives, which is I might face you in a tournament and you know we have to kill each other, or one of us has to not make it, or you know one of us has to take the loss. Yeah, no, I think the pros definitely outweigh the cons, and good luck in your exams, man. Right, good luck. Yeah, it's just know when to game and know when to play and know when to study. Good job coming in first, bro. Good job. And then we got a Stargate deck. This is Fortune. Nectar cards, online casual V Premium first place. All right, good. I'm really happy I was able to win a tournament with this deck. Very excited for Clan Collection, even though the deck doesn't get much better. But Infinite Zero Dragon comes home. Lol. Right, comes home. Lol. Yeah, so nice. He's running the Soul Engine is like the cat and this fairy. Right, so it's interesting. Playing a bunch of defense here. And then what draws? Yeah, good chaos, good stuff, chaos. All right, nice. Good job, man. At least your deck is not a mess. At least your deck's not a mess. I think Melbourne's been in lockdown for a while now, right? So they're like devising new ways to make art, right? The modern art with cards. Moving on to premium, we have Geotra. This is the 10th anniversary single point tournament. I got 8th place with Rolling Thunder, Haikyuu reference. So yeah, okay, did 4-1 in Swiss, and then unfortunately lost a slash draw in so DI, right? That's what slash draw is in top 8. So it was fun. To be honest, that was important. So yeah, all right, good stuff. You know, Narukami is taking it home recently, right? We saw a bunch of Narukamis before in V, and you know, in premium, you literally, I think you're just playing mostly the same deck, with a premium. So good stuff. Getting that top 8, right? We got some Dark Zones. Marcel Co. Card 5 Vanguard. This is the 10th anniversary thing as well. First place? Nice. Okay, so Spike Brothers. Played against Zan Beatrice. Then, lost against Castile. Then beat Musketeers. Then beat Ghidorah. And then lost to a Vanquisher. Then beat Blade Master. And then beat Castile. And then beat Chaos. Okay. It's kind of interesting, this deck. It's like, I'm not too sure. It looks like it could be Hellheart 8, but at the same time, you can play It is Hell 8, right? It is Hell 8, I assume. Yeah. Or can you play normally? I think it's Hell 8. I think it's Hell 8, right? You make Force 3 with Rising Nova, and then you just win, right? Just GB and win. So yeah, I think good stuff. Good stuff. And then in the second Dark Zone deck we have is I already see it. All right, so Akimo, reverse Akimo. Nectar cards premium locals, custom ban list, first place. Silverthorn premium Dorian to 1, no worries, I'm fine. Same as last custom ban list. But including over triggers this time. So no over triggers in this list, I think? No, okay, cool. Oh, no, wait. No, you're allowed to play over triggers. I think the last one you weren't allowed. So, yeah, so, and then he says, sorry, Kai. So, okay. What does this say anything? It's like C1, WM? Is that it? Was it an L? CL, WN? Oh, this is an O. Okay, so clown. Okay. At least, I mean, at least your like cards are not like totally messy. Right? Totally messy. They're at least in some sort of line. But yeah, Silverthorn premium, right? That's pretty nice. Good stuff. And do we get to see anything here? Oh, yeah. Okay. So what was is this written anything? No. It's just a. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's cool. All right. Good stuff. And then okay. I guess in the comments it spells clown. By the way, should just read the comments. Should just read the comments, right? Oh man! All right, nice. Good job. Mega. Oh, dude, what is this? What's that? Is these dudes, man? It's Ayrton. It's the guy that told the other guy. Yeah, it's the guy that told the other guy. Second premium casual, second place. The ghosties that are dead or something. Cool. All right. Does this do anything? Is this like is it a fish or is it a Green Lantern? I think it's a fish, right? It's like a fish, or is it a dead? Is it dead ghosties? It doesn't look like a dead ghostie. Yeah, it looks just like a fish, right? It's a Megalonica, dead fishes. It's Granblue. Yeah, I think is it just Beatrice Control? Is it Beatrice Control? I guess. Yeah. All right. Good stuff. And then we got Stargates, right? Stargates. This is an interesting tournament. This is people have went back to the LB age again. They just want to play LB. I guess, Glenier's players want to just style on their opponents. So he's a Glenier's deck, right? When you're bored of D, just play LB, right? Glenier's deck. There's really a lot of crits for a Glenier's deck though. It's interesting. Normally people just run a bunch of draws. And then lastly, we have Rose Velvet's Card Fight Vanguard 10th anniversary tournament, right? Reposting because I messed up the. Yeah, okay, so nice. Ranking second place. Right, so this is that chaos list. It's pretty nice. As a side note, if you have 2 Clue Ball Avalanche face up in the G zone, it does not proc unlock, which means your CBD literally gets cut. Yeah. I guess you learned it the hard way. Yes, my list was last minute and questionable. I would remove V Palladium and run 1 more Zinc and grade 3 searches. Okay, that's cool. And my G zone is optimal. Remaining deluges are still stuck and hasn't arrived for a month. Oh wow, which is why I had no choice but to play 4 Avalanche. Aye. Also, another side note, this was my first real big premium tournament and that I decided to take a leap of faith and jump into the so super blessed and content with where I ended up. I do recommend more people to try giving a shot and getting into the premium. That is good, right? That is good. Give it a try. Don't be afraid. Revival Collection is out tomorrow. So, it's a perfect chance to jump in. I already heard like European prices for some of these cards are really cheap. So maybe take a look at that. But yeah, pretty nice. Your G zone. So yeah, you've got the 4, I guess the 4 Avalanche. 2. Is that 2 Deluge, right? I think 2 Deluge is all right. It's not bad. But yeah, it's but I think the key thing is like the glue balls, right? You want more of the other glue ball, right? So 2 of this becomes 2 of this. I think that's pretty perfect, right? That's pretty decent. I guess, yeah, some of the G's and stuff, maybe you're missing like we got Chaos Universe. Yeah. Do you really need it? I don't like Varioen, I guess it could be okay. In case you're stuck on a freeze ray and you just want to get rid of stuff. So yeah, but apart from that, I think this G zone is nearly okay. So I think it's a good job. It's great. It's good first step into premium. Playing Chaos, playing the good deck. good deck, and I think it's good. So that is it for this week, right? That is it for this week. Lots of V, I think, so pretty nice. You know, everyone jumping on that V clan selection stuff. Normally, I think people have been saying it's been a bit underpowered, but I think a lot of people are having fun. Especially just having heal guardians. You put them in your old deck, right? Suddenly there's a new life on your deck. You're like, oh, cool. I'm having a lot more fun playing this. So yeah, I think it's great. Set 3 is out tomorrow, so I think we're going to see a lot of new decks next week. Especially, I think the tournaments are coming back. I think on the 25th, unless they delay it in Japan. So I mean, we're probably going to see a lot more lists, right? Also, Tuesday, premium ban list. It's gonna be huge. I think people next week might see it so much more premium. Next people just trying it out. You know, they can't wait. Or maybe the week after that. So a lot of things happening. A lot of things happening this week. It should be crazy. Remember, if you want to submit these lists, hashtag VG Top Decks on Twitter, right? Go post it there. If you don't have social media, you can post it on our Discord. Just go check it out. There's a VG Top Deck submission section. You'll put it there. You'll be posted at the end after everything. This week we don't have any submissions that aren't posted on Twitter, so that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Usually people cross post it. I nearly missed one. I really nearly missed one. But I checked and I was like, okay, yeah. For some reason, sometimes Twitter doesn't, you know, post up the list, or like when I put the hashtag in, just like doesn't add it there. So yeah, it's weird sometimes. But if that happens to you, just give me a message and I'll include you in the next week, right? The next week. So that is it. I still went on for 50 minutes, nearly 50 minutes, right? So it's pretty insane. Or around 50 minutes. Right, around 50 minutes. I thought I was going to speedrun. I haven't even had dinner yet. I'm getting pretty hungry. So yeah, that is it for this week. Next week is going to be huge. Not just VG Top Decks will be huge. Format is going to be huge, right? So much new things happening, and you know, be sure to check it out. And we'll be here pretty much next week. Banlist Ken will be back. So yeah, be sure to be tuned out definitely on Tuesday. And I'll see you probably maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow with some pack openings. Yeah, that is it. See you later, boys and girls. Bye.